Hello everybody, thanks for joining the stream. This is our week 3 with streaming our character creations here, and today we are finishing up the Basher. So Tuesday we kind of got started and got the basic forms and some basic colors down on this, so today we'll try to finish up as much as we can. So since Tuesday I've tweaked a couple things that I said I would kind of behind the scenes. One, I added kind of our spikes back to our elbow pad here. I had to add another row of room on our arm model here to allow us to add another row of these. So I've done that. It looks pretty good. I did reduce the number of spikes we had on the shoulder, so we might still play with that a little bit, but there's that. And then the hair I've tweaked probably the most since offline, just kind of getting the forms a little different. It's definitely been the hardest part of her to kind of get this Tina Turner hair going on here, but I think it definitely looks better than when we initially started. So and I did add her spiky bracelet on her left wrist here to match the right one. So so yeah, I think we'll jump into this. There's a couple more things we need to add to it before we start doing the final shading and stuff like that with the different colors. So the first thing is I think across around the back that way. So we'll go ahead and knock that out. I think we will probably make that its own layer instead of painting it on, give it a little more depth there. So I'm going to jump into this part here. I'm going to pull the color from the pad, but I do want it to be a little different. So if I hit the plus sign, that'll duplicate the color that we selected, and then probably make it a little darker, but not as dark as the shirt. Let's kind of see what that looks like. I need to turn on there we go. So it might be tricky, but maybe we do it here. We'll go all the way. So this is where it gets tricky because we are right here. You can see the shadowy part of the belly portion. So yeah, it literally goes straight across there. So we might have to tweak that just a tad, but that looks kind of silly. I think that's all right. Let's see what that looks like if we kind of jump out. Zoom in here. You know, to make it a little more realistic, it wouldn't fill in like that. It would just be kind of taunt across. So it'd be kind of like that. Let's see. And then we might have to paint on a couple of the blocks, the voxels on the belly part to make it look. So that one kind of gets eaten in there, but that's okay. Let me see what color I used, and we'll go to the belly part and try that out. So get my notepad here so that we're consistent, and it's gone. Oh, there it is. Okay. So that's 53. I think that looks pretty good. Just adding that extra layer instead of painting on really adds a little more depth to her. All right, so now we'll go into the belly part, and we can see where we've been with the shadows right here. So with that, let's add our color, which was 53, and I'm gonna paint that one. No, not that one. Let's just see what we got here. And then I'm guessing it kind of goes down to her waist. Whoops, I missed. There we go. It probably like hooks into her belt or something like that. So let's see what that looks like. Okay. obviously with a little bit of movement, these two right here, as long as they're the same color, we're okay. We don't have any of that Z fighting, but, and then right here, I think we're okay. Hello there. Okay, so I think that's good. Whoops. So she's got another one kind of coming around here, kind of across her stomach, this direction. So let's do the same kind of thing there. We'll have to start up here on the chest part. Okay, so maybe right here. Except I don't really want to make it. Maybe we do it here. And then maybe this one kind of goes all the way around. That way we don't have to worry about going down to the belly part. Oh goodness. And then we'll delete. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Okay. There we go, a little more believable that way. Oh my gosh, what am I doing? There we go. And then on the back, we can't really see, but I'm imagining it's probably doing the opposite. Right, so that one goes across that way. What spike were we on here? We're on 1, 2. So the second one is where we started it. Let's do that over here. So 1, 2. And then we kind of did corner to corner. Okay, so we're a little safe on that one. And then what we'll do on this side, we'll bring this around. Let's see where we connected it. So we went up one diagonally. So we'll do that until we have to. Oh, we don't have to. We'll just do that. Doesn't have to be the same on the front and the back there. Actually, yeah, let's do that. There, it looks better. Okay. Now the question is, we need to go down to the belly part and make these connect. So let's jump out of that. Yeah, that's looking pretty cool. All right, so here, so we went all the way down to the waist here. And then we need to do that here, it looks like. All right, that's the front. This is the back. We can see it right there. You'll see that? Yep. So let's do. Oh, it's going to be tricky. There we go. This one I'm a little worried about. Kind of overlapping the dark part of her shirt, but we will cross that bridge when we get there. All right, that looks pretty good. And before I forget, I know it's not, we can't do fine details, but what I want to do, and I'll knock out a lot of this when we color it, but the buckle that she's got right here, I just want to go ahead and make that a little darker right here. So maybe that's right here. Will you be able to notice it with the in-game lighting? Maybe not, but I will know that I put a buckle in there. Okay. So we'll save. Okay, so that's her. I guess it's holding her shoulder pad up. Yeah, that's what it's doing. So we've got that going all the way around. That's good. We've got all the things on her right arm. Everything on her left arm. I did say that I kind of want to add a band like this one on this one as well. We don't want it to be super symmetrical, but I don't want, it looks a little too bare over there. So that's 85. So maybe we just paint that on over here. All right, so let's zoom in to our bicep. Let's do 85. Whoops. And we'll just paint that on. I think I did two widths. And the back side, it's always hard. Okay. So let's zoom out of that one. Yeah, just add something over there. That does not look like it's the same, does it? You know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be the same. Okay. Let's add some kind of belt here. It looks like she's got one that's the same color as that, so we can definitely do that. So we'll go back into the belly part. And maybe that's what we do here. Let's make this come all the way around. Give us a little depth. All right. There we go. Cool. Oh, I missed one. Kind of. Or was that back here? There we go. So both of these tie in the same spot on both sides, so that's kind of cool. All right, so let's fix these pants. So interesting. The corner sticks out right here on the pants. Interesting. Okay. So the pants, she's got some pockets over here, but I think I want to move them to this side just because there's a lot going on this side, especially that's where her bat's at. So I don't want her bat and her hand to rub and hit those pockets. So I'm going to move them over here just to balance it a little from all this diagonally. So let's do that on her thigh. We don't have too much room. And not that we can be super detailed anyway, but let's add some pockets because cargo pants and the apocalypse kind of go hand in hand. So I know we're going to color later, but I'm going to go ahead and just make that distinguishable. Like that's the flap on top, right? Okay, so that's very subtle, but it adds something. And then what else? You know what? We can make that pocket one row higher, I think. Gotta carry a lot of stuff. So let's not do that, Cosmo. Cosmo is going to start talking for everybody. There we go. Bigger pockets. Carry more things in the apocalypse. Okay. That looks good. Now I think the only other thing we really need to add before we do color, or not color, but the values and stuff, is the boots here. So she's got them coming all the way up to the shin, which, if you remember, let's save her real quick and jump out to the Psycho character we did last week. We did kind of similar boots. Let's go see. Psycho. Oh, Stormy's going to start talking too. So this is a Psycho we did last week. So yeah, we had his boots come up about halfway where this juts out. So we might do that. We might do that on her as well. All right, so let's jump back to her. Cool. let me snag these colors before we go to the leg. Because we probably will change them. So 23 is the shoe color. Then I've got this lighter one, which is 47. All right. And her soles are lighter. I kind of want them even lighter. It's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of a cool effect. It's like Converse or something. So we'll paint the soles lighter here. Whoop. Don't forget about the bottom. Not that you'll really see that, but you never know. All right, so let's save that. Cool. And it looks like I used the same model on both, so we only have to do it once. All right, so let's do this leg first. So right leg. We'll pull our boot color, which is 23. Let's see how far up we want to take that. So we had the psychos all the way up to here. We could probably match that. However, I might try adding a layer on this. That would be kind of cool. Let's see what that looks like. Looks like a boot. All right, so let's do that over here. Again, we add our color, which is 23. We went up to right. Nope, not that far. We'll fix it. There we go. And we'll fix our little mess up here. Okay, so let's look at both before we do kind of this front design here. Okay. So it's kind of like this repetitive color. So our other color is 47. Let's try that. This part's tricky because this is where that part of the shoe meets the leg. We can't really have those colors be different. So to get around that, we're going to have to flip-flop these. So that's black. This part needs to be that. This part needs to be that. Yep, that works. And we'll get different values and stuff in there when we color it. All right, so let's do this one. So add that color on this side, 47. And then we just did every other one. Now this shoe looks like it's fitting differently on this side, but it might just be the pose. So yeah, she's kind of more angled. See the gap there? That's okay. It'll probably be all right. Cool. We got the boots. You know what? Let's go crazy. Let's add another pocket. Looks like we've got 3 on the side. Looks like she's even got one on the back here. So let's add another pocket. Maybe on the front. We can't do it as big. What do we do? 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Maybe it's a little pocket. And it's gonna be like that. Whoops. All right. Not too bad. I like it. Pockets everywhere. Could even add one down there, but let's not go crazy. Too crazy. Okay, I think. Oh, you know what? You know how when we did the hands, this part and these parts are the fingernails, or at least looks like that. Her fingernails are black. So why don't we make her fingernails black? I don't know if that's gonna look weird. Maybe it's too black. But it's kind of cool. But it really pops because nothing else is that black. So let's fix that a little lighter. What is that? 2A. Okay. That's cool. And let's do it on this hand. It's holding our spiky bat. So that was 2A. Those fingernails and these. She's wearing a glove on this side, so it won't pop as much, but that's okay. Cool. Okay, I think we are ready to start adding some values in here so it's not so flat. Kind of like the bat, you can see, even though it's really subtle, it's made up of multiple colors that are, even if it's like one hex off, it really adds a lot of depth to it. So, oh, that hair. Let's do the hair last. Let's do these pants because there's a lot going on with these pants that could be cool. Like this is a big pocket and the belt loops. However, I guess that's not her belt. This is her. It's all the strap there, I guess. But yeah, let's start with the pants. So go into the hip. So again, what I like to do is, so we have our base color, which is this, which typically is always the lightest ever I'll have on it. So what I'll do is duplicate the color and then I'll choose what my dark is. So let's start with this. And we're not going to do pockets that deep because the leg's right here and I don't want it to overlap. So we might try little pockets. And I think it's a little too dark. So let's try that. And then what else we got? She's gonna have a belt. We could do 2 little buckles like that. I think we can get away with, what's that? We could get away with maybe one on this side, one on this side. And let's go. I normally love symmetry. So doing these asymmetrical antagonists is kind of torture for me. But let's see, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh, dang. Okay, we'll just do that. Now it's even. And even numbers. I like even numbers. Thermostat, volume. It's got designing something like the font size or whatever has to be even. It's kind of stupid, but I don't know what it is about that. All right, let's see what that looks like. Cool. So that's our dark, and that's not necessarily like a shadow. It's just a definition of the pants there, which looks pretty good. So now what we'll do is we'll come in here. I'm going to duplicate our base color again, and I'm going to go and I'm going to paint around these real quick. It doesn't look good now, but then I will, let's see. I'm going to raise it up just a tad. All right, I can't really go deeper than that. I can go in the middle though. And this is where it gets crazy. So I'll do the darkest we'll do that's actual shading, which is, let's call it that. I'll duplicate that and I'll lift it up Let's go up 2. Then I come in, come in behind that. Oh, I went up way too far. It's almost the same as the pants. There we go. So you can see it is different. And then let's not make this so big. Let's maybe do that. Okay. And maybe these guys. So in a minute, I'll zoom out and you will see. Actually, we can compare like the front and the back, right? So if we zoom in, so this is the front. You can see all the different values there. So from afar, it's, you know, it gives it texture, it gives it depth. But if you turn around, flat, 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 which still looks good, especially for like this type of style. But with the monochrome game, eventually you'll see the other assets I'm working on, all the stuff in the world or the things you can interact with, and they are all heavily shaded like this to give it kind of that realism thing. So just kind of like a stylistic thing. So let's do maybe, whoops. Back here is a little more defined on the top. All right, then we'll do our lighter one. And I typically do more than 2, so let's add one more. It's kind of in the middle here. Oh, but look, there's red. We can't have red. So if you don't know, where we just, okay, right here. So in monochrome, oh, it's lighter than the pants. We can't do that. There we go. Just so slightly. So in monochrome, there is no color except for in the good guys, or they think they're the good guys. They are the good guys. So the clothes, the items in the world, everything, there's no color. So everything is grayscale, monochromatic. It's the name monochrome. So always have to be careful of that. That one little thing of red got in there, but all right. So back here, then what I like to do when you kind of have it all shaded how you want it, and I think this is the color to do it. I get one color and I'll start on one corner and I'll just bleh. You just kind of drag it across, except we're on a small area here. Oops. It took out my whole belt buckle. Let's do a different color. And I just drag it across with the pen tool, which will add a couple blocks, you know? So maybe we go straight across. That way it's not so symmetrical, except I'm crazily getting that. So there we go. Because organic stuff like clothing, it you know, it's not symmetrical, it's not pristine, so it needs to be somewhat off. So let's see what that looks like. You can already tell, I mean, there's that compared to the legs. However, I think we're gonna have to, so see, this one is digging into their leg here. We're gonna have to get that one back just so that we're not dealing with some Z-fighting later. That might be too low. Okay. Now I have to try to repeat that and remember the color. So this dark color was our pockets and stuff. So that's 6F. And then we went the next darkest, which was 86. And then we went up from there, which was 8E. And then we went to 92. And then we did a light one at 8C. Okay, so now that we have all of our colors and we've kind of established we like the look of that, we will repeat that going all the way down the leg. So we'll go into the thigh here. This is the front. This is kind of our safe zone we have to avoid and keep it that base color as much as possible. So let's add in our really dark parts, which was 86. So from the drawing, her pocket's over here, but we didn't do that. There's some cool like hem lines, or maybe that's just the way it fits, kind of going straight down. So maybe we can have kind of a cool, just straight line going down. We can try it. So right down the middle. There's our overlap, but we're going to do the same on that side, so we might be okay. All right, so let's try that. All right, so then we'll choose our next color, which is 8E. So this is our actual shading colors. So we'll just get like the dark part going up like that. Maybe there's a little crease right there. Boop. Maybe two little ones there and in the front here. Ooh, we're going to have to be careful with that one. So maybe it just comes down like that. So then once we have where we want the creases to go, we go to our next color, which is 93. And we just trace around that. Did I choose it? Oh, it's so subtle. Okay, let's go to this one. So you can kind of see it there. And then maybe there's some that kind of go on their own here, especially like this front. And maybe right there. And we have one more color, 86. And that's what I thought. I'm really confused. We already had 86. Oh, I duplicated and I did never do anything with it. Oh, got the red in there. Maybe we make it lighter. Just a tad. We might have to drop it down a little bit. We'll just sprinkle it in here. Give it some interesting things going on. We don't want to go crazy. Maybe one right there. Okay. Let's see what that. Okay, so I think we can get away with putting like one right there. And right there. Okay. Let's see how that blends with the top part. Not bad. So see, this is that safe area where we can't really put other colors on there. That's the one thing. It's a lot harder to have so many different colors and have to leave these safe areas, because then you have this gap of color. It still doesn't look bad though. I like this line going down. So now we need to repeat the line going kind of into the shin here. Let's do that, and then we can clean it up. I'll probably clean it up later. All right, so 86 is that hemline, which we have going straight down the front and the back, right? Whoops. Okay. And then the same thing we did before. We'll get our other color, 8E. This one we have a little more area to work. So this one maybe we'll do one of these, one of those, and a big one like that. All right, so we'll add our next color. And again, we'll just kind of trace it. go dark to light so it kind of blends into our original color there, so it's not so drastic. Oops, wrong button. Okay. Did I get them all? Yep. And then our last one, which I did not write down, and that's okay. It was a lighter one. We'll just... There we go. And one right there. Okay. So now that whole side is done. So that line goes all the way down. It looks good. We'll test it when it moves, but it looks pretty good. Now, I wonder if I can... No, we won't do that yet. All right, so let's do the pocket one, which might be a little trickier because we have pockets on it. Let's get our dark color 86. So maybe we make... Oh, we chose better colors for that. Maybe that's just in a couple areas then. All right. I'll see how that looks. All right, next color. Now we're gonna go around these. This one. This one. All right. Let's add one going down here. And the pockets are going to have definition too. So maybe we'll add, oops, don't want to do that there. And then our light color, 92. Again, we're just tracing those or attempting to trace them. Oh, you know what we didn't do? We didn't do our stripe. Whoops. Okay. And that was our 86 color. Here I am painting with it. Okay. So it goes straight down the middle. Whoops. Did I start it on the calf? I don't think I did. I did, didn't I? That's fine. Maybe it goes under the pocket like that, and then we don't see it up there. Okay, do our lighter one here. And then we've got what, one more? Oh yeah, we chose a light one that we choose new every time, which is fine. Okay, that's too light. Okay, let's see. Boop. The pockets would probably have it. I try not to do it like it what would be lighter and darker because I try to let the ambient lighting in the game do that, but sometimes I can't help it. All right. Let's see what that looks like. Cosmo's talking again. He's so funny. There we go. All right, so we've almost got it. Yeah, so I had this one come all the way up about where the pocket starts, so that works. Yeah, I might tweak that. All right, so one more and then the legs will be done there. All right, same thing here. Oh, come on, give it to me. There we go. So we have our stripe coming all the way down the front and the back here. barking at our other dog. And they're not doing anything. All right, next color. All right, this is the one where we're gonna. There we go. Okay, then we get our light one. 92. Chase him off. Oh, whoops. There we go. All right, and then we're gonna choose a really, really light one here. We'll be done with that. Oh, that's way too light. Okay. Heavy one back here, heavy one down there, and right there. Okay. Let's see what that looks like. Looks good. They look like pants. Oh my goodness, it's very touchy. Cool. So I'd say those are pretty good. Probably clean them up a little bit, but let's do the shoulder pad, her armor and stuff right here. First, so let me move this light. So if I click that, I can move the light around so we can kind of see it a little better. There we go. All right. So same idea here. There's 63. Which is as light as we want it. Let's try this one. Oops. So we got it as round as we can. The picture's really round. So I'm just gonna try to have these lines we can follow. Give it a little bit more depth, and then we'll follow this one down. Maybe over here. Okay. So now we'll come up from there. Can we see that? Oh, it's so faint. Barely. Which is good. Actually, I need a little bit darker than that. A little bit darker. So the good thing is go drastic and then wow, I just can't get right. I guess that is it right there. Paint these on back here. I can really see it better on top. There we go. And let's add one more color. Let's do this one. This one's a little lighter. We'll just do a couple in there. Cool. All right, zooming out. whoa. Yep, so that just breaks it up a little bit. It's very subtle. All right. So we can do her shirt or her skin. I should probably do the face first on that one. Yeah, she's looking pretty good. They probably have enough time. We'll knock out. I'm gonna do the boots. We gotta do the gloves. We gotta do her head, hair, arms. Let's knock out this shirt. It's very dark. Okay. So this is the shirt color, which is 25. So that's 14. 15. Okay. So now, how are we going to do this? Same thing on this. We just kind of put in like where we want the shadow parts to go. So she's got this band going across, and I'll probably need to put this on. There we go. Now we can see the edges. What does this color look like? Oh, it's so faint. Let's go up to 16. I mean, 18. There we go. Now you can see it a little better. Except I don't want it there. All right. So maybe we've got like a line here. Right? And maybe here there's a line. And then maybe right here. And right there. Let's just test it on the front and then we'll see the difference. So we have that color. So now we're going to go up to 20. I might not outline the whole thing on this, just keep it really, really subtle. Actually, you know what? We'll keep it subtle as we go back down. So this is 18. What are we at? 14. All right, we're going to take this down to 15 and take this one to 16. Okay, I lied. 17. And this one to 16. There. So you can see it. If we didn't change too much color, then we'll change the color of the shirt. We really want it to be black. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with that, except they're the same color. Silly. 17. It's pretty the same. We'll do 18. There we go. All right, we're going to do one more color on here. It's 20. This will be our lightest color. Be down here. Right there. So let's see what that looks like. We need to kind of bridge this gap here. So there. So the bottom, the belly part, is still just the same. This one up here is got some definition to it. So I think that's good. So we'll move around, we'll do the back, and then do the belly, and then her shirt will this side, we'll just do one big line right there. The strap needs to be different. Then we get our next color and keep going. Small the strap up here. All right, and then our last color. Which we'll put up here too. So we'll do one like that. Oops. There's a line over there, maybe line there. Just trace the line we did. And give it a little extra there. All right, and then our lightest color. There we go. All right, we just got one side now. And the other strap there. So same thing here, we'll do like a... All right. This will be the end of the shirt. Just put a couple there. We do our light color. Couple at the very bottom, but I might have to change that. Oh, we don't even see the strap because of the shoulder pad. So, all right, let's zoom out all the way and see what we've got here. I'll adjust the light so we can see a little better. Yep, so that's solid black on the bottom, although the shadow kind of hits it, and then the top we've added our values to. See what the back looks like. Yeah, not too bad. I think that part might bug me, so we'll okay, now I'm satisfied. All right, so that's almost all the shirt. I do need to get those colors now. So that dark one is 2A. The medium one is 2E. And the light one is 34. So we'll go to the belly part, which is here. And we do that same thing real quick. So that first color. All right, so this is a tricky one because so it's overlapping right there. We probably need to keep that as solid as possible. We'll go around the back. Pretty safe back here. We'll do like a line coming up. And same thing right here. Okay. Then we get our next color, which is 2E. All right, let's fill those in. All the way back here. Oops. I want to put one up there so bad. Let's try it. All right, and our last color is 34. This will be all of our light ones. I might tweak these colors. They're a little too bright in the light. Okay, that should be the whole shirt now. Cool. Yeah, see this big open spot there on the pant we'll have to fix, but let's add some animation here and let's just see what that looks like. Yep, so it looks good. It's really broken up there down the pants. The arm is still solid, which we'll add just slight colors on that. Cool. Let's. Oh, I've not fixed the bat on the walk yet, but cool. So far, so good. It's hard. The hair is almost the same color as the background, so it gets kind of invisible sometimes. So this pants right here. Got such a big gap right there. That'll something I'll have to mess with offline there. But let's see. We're almost right at our time. But I'm pretty happy with where we're at. It looks like we've just got to value the boots, the glove, the skin on the arms, the skin on the face and the neck, and then do the hair. And then I think we are in a good spot, and I will probably submit this for approval next week with our other two. So I'll work on that offline. Next week, I don't even remember which one we're doing next week. We're doing another character next week, and it's let's just take a little peek here. It is oh yes, the jailer. So this is the one we'll do next week. So she'll have a crowbar, which we'll need to do. Hair in the ponytail. She's got knee guards. 3/4 sleeve shirt. This kind of sash thing. And then again, some big boots, which go even higher than hers. So that's what we'll do next week on Tuesday and Friday. And hopefully these 3 we've done previously will get approved, and I'll start exporting those, and we can see them run around in the world and whatnot, and make sure everything is absolutely good. So thanks everybody for watching. I will upload the playback. If you missed a certain part that you'd like to see, it'll be posted tonight. And yeah, we will see you Tuesday and Friday of next week. Thanks. Have a good weekend.